When I was in my 30s, 40s, and early 50s, I had a lot of thoughts around the fact that I was single and not married. Not great thoughts. And then as I was in my late 30s, 40s, early 50s, lots of thoughts about the fact that I was not a mother, and thoughts around what those two facts meant about me, what it was saying about me. And it wasn't pretty, and it wasn't helpful, and it absolutely contributed to my bouts of depression and the grief that I was dealing with, and what ultimately led to me just shaking things up and taking my sabbatical when I turned 55 and really trying to come to terms with the life path that I was on. My name is Amy Palmer. I am your Gen X big sister. And what I'm doing in this little mini series is I am releasing the video diaries of the sabbatical that I took back in 2022. At the time when I was at my lowest low and decided to take a break. We are now on day 16, and this is the last video segment that I filmed in California before leaving my home and where I belonged for 10 years. And I know by the name of this video that it's about thought work. And this was probably one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had in coming to terms with my grief. Menopause for women who are childless, not by choice, is brutal. The grief that smacks you in the face is brutal. And I thought I had dealt with the feelings. I was wrong. Once the biological option of becoming a mother was completely taken off the table and that door was closed, it sent me into a spiral that was not easy to get out of. And there are a lot of things that led to me being able to get out of it, but thought work was definitely a contributing factor. So day 16 is where I talk about what I learned about that, or what I was learning about that at this point in the sabbatical. So let me share. Hello everybody, it's Amy coming at you live one last time from Laguna Beach, California. At least one last time this time. So it is Thursday, June 16th. This is going to be a short one. Melanie is on her way to come pick me up. The apartment is completely empty. You may hear echoing in my audio. And I am ready to go. So I had lots and lots of feelings today. It was very emotional. I'm definitely going to miss being here and being in Laguna. And I found myself having some negative thoughts, feeling like, oh my God, I'm leaving because I failed. I didn't make it work here. This was my dream place to live, and I still wasn't able to be fully content and satisfied and happy, et cetera, et cetera. And I found myself going there, and I used the 4 N's as taught by Corinne Crabtree. I am a no BS woman. It's a coaching program that I'm in, and she does a lot of work around thought work. The program itself is focused on weight loss, but the thought work can be applied to all parts of life. So the 4 N's are notice, normalize, neutralize, and then next best thought or action. So you notice the thought first. So when I found myself thinking, oh, I'm leaving Laguna, I failed, I noticed that I was having that thought. Normalizing it means reframing it in such a way where, let's see, so reframing it to normalize it would be, lots of people leave Laguna Beach, a lot of people move. People are always moving from city to city and looking for new adventures and new opportunities, and that's very common. Neutralizing it is, I am leaving Laguna Beach, my time was filled with fun, happiness. I fully embraced being here. I had some difficult times and down times for sure, but it was a very wonderful experience being here and living here. So that's neutralizing the thought. And then next best thought or action is I am always going to treasure my memories of Laguna. And there is nothing stopping me from ever coming back, whether to visit or live or whatever. But wherever this path takes me, it is not about the place. It is not about the physical place. So that's my next best thought and action. Hope you guys all have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye. Whew. I forgot that I was a little bit plagued. And instead of feeling excited and accomplished and proud of myself for the move that I was making and for the steps that I was taking to heal myself and the bravery that it was taking for me to embark on this next new chapter and season, I forgot that I had thoughts of you failed, you're a loser, you're a failure, this was your dream place and you didn't make it work. I forgot that that had even been a thought at that time. I've just learned so much since then. And it's my time in Laguna is such a big part of my heart. And the time that I've had since is also big and beautiful to me. And I've been happier in the years since I've left, not because I left Laguna, but because of all these other changes that I made. So it's interesting to hear me talk about that. But the four ends were instrumental in helping me reframe the thoughts that I was having about myself and about my life. Any negative thought that you're having, it's too late to start something over. I don't have what it takes to do this new job. I don't know that I can write this book. I don't know that I can move to this new city. I don't know that I can't go on this solo trip. Any thought that you're having, it's just a thought. It's not necessarily a fact, and it doesn't need to drive your life and drive your actions. And the four ends really help you to drill that down. So what I didn't say in the video, but I remember in that period of my life, the thoughts that were plaguing me were around my single childlessness. And the thoughts that I was having was, you are less of a woman because you did not do those things. You did not fulfill your purpose as a woman by not marrying and not having children. And like somehow you were less than. I am less than because I didn't do those things. And I felt like I had lost at the game of life, which was one of the reasons why I had a hard time coming up with a positive picture of where I wanted to go from there. But I spent a lot of time using the four ends on those thoughts. So notice the thought. Notice that I'm thinking I am less of a woman or I didn't fulfill my purpose because I didn't get married, I didn't have kids. Notice that thought pops into my head, even if I don't say it out loud. Or it might be triggered by comments that people make or comments that you see online. It helps to get triggered. Normalize the thought. I am unmarried and I do not have kids. A lot of people are unmarried and don't have kids. It's not just me. It's not exclusive to me. This isn't like an Amy thing. It's a common, there is a whole demographic of women in this category. Neutralize the thought. So strip it of any emotion. I am single and I do not have kids. Period. That's it. That's neutralizing it without all the extra stuff. My next best thought or action, my purpose as a human being is not tied to two potential roles that I did not take on. My purpose is bigger than that and beyond that. And my worth and value is not tied to my marital and parental status. Those are the thoughts that I have now. I didn't have those thoughts then, and it took a lot of work, but that's kind of how I would break it down every time I found myself having it. Give it a shot. Take notice of the next time a negative thought comes up, something that steers you in the wrong direction, something that brings you down, something that makes you feel badly about yourself, something that you think it's the truth. It's true that I'm single, I don't have kids. That part's true. The not fulfilling my purpose as a woman and not having value as a human being, not true. It's not a fact. It's just a thought. So next time you have a thought that pops up, try the 4 N's. Again, I have to credit Corinne Crabtree from the No BS Women weight loss and coaching program. She's expanded a lot since I'm still a member, by the way, and because it's just the community is so helpful in so many ways and the coaching is stellar. So I credit Corinne with the 4 N's, but an excellent, excellent tool to help you address your thoughts. So try it out. Let me know how it goes. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. My name is Amy Palmer, and I am your Gen X Big Sister signing out.